Welcome back. You're still watching Network Africa on Channels Television. Now, what we like to do on days like today is to get you set for the weekend and rid your mind of all the chaos going on around the world and focus on self-improvement. If you're an entrepreneur, you're definitely going to love this next report as we tell you about how to recognize talent and build it in your staff.
For value. And people don't buy what you say, they buy you first. So if
the last time we talked to Bruno, he spoke to us about how to make the transition from employee to employer. This time around, we're not only looking at the results of that transition, but the risks that come with it. When Bruno branched out and started his own salon, there were many people who came seeking for a job who already had the experience, like Peter Damilola, who refers to himself as Stylistic Peter.
Mr. Bruno in a salon that I was working before, but I wasn't enjoying it then, so I wanted to give up. So he always encouraged me, he believed in me, so he gave me a platform to express myself. So ever since then, I've never regretted it. Like, it has been awesome for me. Like, when I got here, people started knowing about me, the awareness, everything, and I enjoy it, and I'm not really, so I'm not regretting coming to Bruno's place.
But as for Inyang Peace and Yusuf Yomi, they didn't have any hair experience. Peace humbled herself and took on a cleaning job, while Yusuf tried his luck and came in as a barber, even though all he had was the shawarma experience.
I was into shawarma business before, and later I was seeing it was not paying, so later I left. So I saw Mr. Bruno asked me to come, so I should come to be part of the Bruno's place. He was the one who taught me how to barb right from the town before I left, so I later come back.
Endless hours of watching her colleagues styling hair got to Peace slowly but surely, and she secretly craved for that experience of making hair, but didn't consider herself good enough. That longing didn't go unnoticed by her employer, who encouraged her to step out of her shell, and she did.
Mr. Bruno saw that I had zeal making hair, so he called me one day and asked that, what would I like to do? I told him that I would like to be a stylist, because he told me I shouldn't see myself as a cleaner. I can learn many things in this place. So he gave me 3 months to learn how to make hair and to do pedicure. So as time goes on, I was perfect and I was very good in what I was doing. So he gave me an opportunity to become a good stylist.
After having successfully made the switch from employee to employer, it's nothing short of crucial for employers to identify not only the strengths but the weaknesses of their staff and guide them on the path to either excelling in doing what they love or helping them to transition from doing what they hate to doing what they love.
Well, I have that banker turned hairstylist with me again in studio, but for different reasons. This time, Bruno Ohaina joins me right here in studio. Bruno, thank you very much for paying us another visit.
Thank you very much for bringing me here. I'm glad to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you.
Yeah.
Now, this case of having round pegs in square holes, it's very common in almost every organization.
That's true.
Why is that the case?
I think I want to attribute it to pressure, you know, pressure, family pressure, peer pressure, and society pressure. Everybody wants you to do something that, you know, they see other people doing are successful in it, you know, without even taking cognizance of who you are. You know, and by the time you go into it, you see yourself struggling.
Yes.
And you're praying for deliverance.
Well, so is it only pressure, though?
Pressure is majorly...
What about being desperate in the event that you're looking for a particular job, but this is what is available?
Okay, it's the same pressure,
yes,
society pressure, you know, and all that. You know, it's like what is, you want to take something that's available, you know, it's pressure, it's this part of pressure, you know, you want to you take what is available. But the truth is that you have to first of all find out what you're good at, you know, discover who you are, you know, then look for something that will suit that and begin to work it out.
Now, what about, entrepreneurs are busy.
Okay.
To say the least. I shouldn't be telling you that. And I heard what Peace said earlier on, that you noticed her basically eyeing her staff.
Okay.
You know, her colleagues, and you asked her what does she, you know, is she interested in making hair as opposed to cleaning? My thing is, in the midst of that busy schedule, how can entrepreneurs recognize or make out that time to pay attention to what their staff strength might be or what their weaknesses might be, and help them to make the transition if necessary?
Okay. You know, that has to do with your interest in people. You have to be interested in people. You know, if you're interested in people, you get to find out things that, you know, they have passion for, you know, and things that they are willing to make sacrifices for. And things that, you know, they are committed to. Like Peace, for instance, I always see, she has a job that she was doing. But after doing the job, you will see her, you know, trying to help out, you know. You could see the passion. It was glaring, you know. And I called her and I asked her, you know, and I discovered that she has interest in hair, but she didn't know how to go about it.
So what are the signs that entrepreneurs should be looking out for, so that we have a case of square pegs, square holes? Square
peg, square hole. See, a lot, if there's something that I want to say, you know, for people who, what you need to do first of all is just to find out what does this person really, you know, what I think that interests the person. You know, you just observing them. You can get this guy, just be observing what they do, you know, on a daily basis and all that. You'll get to find out what are the things that interest them. Something that even you just wake them, you know, as if they are sleeping, you just wake up. They just do it easily. It comes easy, you know. You don't have to. They don't have to be pushed into it. You don't have to be pushed into it. Once you see that, then you confirm, you know, by asking questions and all that. Then you just take them step, because there's a process flow. You just take them through the process. It doesn't have to be hairstyling.
Yeah, of course.
It doesn't have to be hairstyling. You know, for you to just first discover, does this person have the interest in it?
Yeah.
Then see how, like, people don't actually buy what you are selling. It's not really what you're doing. A lot has to do with you. It has to do with you. Because people buy you first before they buy what you're selling. So then you now see how you can work on the person.
Yes.
You know, every business, whatever you're going to have, character has attitude, you know. In addition to the skill. Skill is just what people see that attracts people. But what actually makes people to stay with you is just the character and the attitude behind it. So you now help the person to work on the character and the attitude. You know, that will support the skill.
Bruno, I have to say at this point, I'm sure it's not all the time you see a lot of success stories where you say, okay, I think this person is going to be a good hairstylist, and they end up shaving off someone's hair completely. You know,
we've had cases like that. Like I always say to people, if you're not seeking for help, you know, where will I bother to help you?
No, with the attention, what I'm trying to draw in this particular, as regards this question is, what if you're wrong? You thought this person had passion for this, and you gave them the opportunity to do that, and they almost ran your business down to the ground because you made that mistake.
Okay.
So my question now is, what if you get it wrong? You think this person fits here, but they don't. Does that stop you from recognizing, from, you know, trying to recognize where people's strengths lie? Or do you just leave people to do what they applied for, basically?
Basically, you know, there are A, B, C, D, and 1, 2, 3. At my stage, I haven't worked in the bank for about 12 years. I don't just take unnecessary risks. So I'm doing this business for life. It's not a joke. So there are some basic that I see.
Okay.
You know? I don't want to go into details. But you have like, for example, no matter the course that you read in university, you must know A, B, C, D, and 1, 2, 3. So the same thing with business. There are basic things that you see. Once you pick those signs, you know, then you start working on it. Those are the signs that I go for. Once I see those signs, then I know what to do next.
What about the issue of wanting to do something with zero experience? I mean zero, nothing.
Nothing.
What do you do then?
See, there are questions that when you want to do something, you know, first of all you ask, what do you want to do? Basic question people always ask.
Yes.
Business, people that are successful in business, what do you want to do? You know, how do you want to do it? Where do you want to do it? When do you want to do it? You know, once you have those basic questions to answer first, you know, it's very easy just go, oh, what does this person want to do? But if you want to be a game changer, you know, and that's what I concentrate on, because you want to do something different from what every other person is doing. Two things you have to look at: who is doing it, who is this person, how do you want to do it?
Okay.
That's the strategy.
The how is
very key. So what I immediately concentrate on is the how, is the person, you that is doing it. You know, I work on you. You know, there are things, people buy emotions. Do you understand? Help you find your stories. How you can use your story to say what you want to do. Once I get that, then I move on to the next stage. How do you want to do it? When I was going to do my business, I told myself, look, I'm not going to run after customers. As a banker, I was always chasing customers. But this time I said, no, I want to position myself in a place where people can come look for me. So what did I do? I took advantage of platform. Platform. So I said that I tell my people, once I discover, I begin to look for platform. Now you've discovered who you are, you discover who the person is, then give the person a platform. Platform, very expensive. Do you understand? It's expensive. Then you give it to people who can who want to take good advantage of it. So I help people look for platform. So that's what I do. It's just in addition to the basic questions that you ask, but I work with those two. It's easy for me to just, how will I put, advise person, because I know the basic, I know what I want to do. I work on you, then give you a platform for you to express yourself.
So we're still going to keep you in studio, but just quickly, if you can, just summarize this guide for us. So you identify.
Okay.
I'm trying to take the summary of what you said. You identify, then you work on the person.
I'll work on the person.
Then you give them a platform to express themselves.
Or find a platform. If it's not hairstyling that you want to do, what I need to do, you have to find platform.
Now I'm talking about the entrepreneur itself. Now, this is as regards you. You're our case study.
Okay.
So the entrepreneur who is trying to make sure that they have a case of square peg, square holes. Identify, right? Okay. And then what? Invest in the person.
Yes, you train.
You train the person, and then you give them a platform to express themselves. Thank you very much. We've been speaking with Bruno Ohaina on basically how to recognize staff abilities. We'll come back to him later on, but still to come on Network Africa. It's our Africa Tech segment, and we pick up where we left off last week and guide you on how to monitor your kids' activities on the internet.